Thank you. I'm Dr. Selena Bartlett and I'm a neuroscientist. MigFit is passionate about helping people that are struggling with their weight. We have actually designed brain training software that rewires people's brains to disrupt the cycle between stress and emotional eating. We use neuroscience, big data and AI to achieve this. And as you know, this is a missing piece out of many diet and exercise programs. Weight Watchers banked $400 million in the last quarter. That's just one of these businesses. And we all know, I mean, there's scientific evidence to show that diets don't work for the majority of people in the long term. They just don't. So one day I actually woke up, I looked down and I gained a huge amount of weight. And I did what everyone else did. I signed up for a diet and exercise program. And then after rigorous training for a marathon, I failed to lose weight around my stomach and my thighs. And this is very frustrating after you've just run 19 miles. Anyway, what I know now that I didn't know back then is that stress-wise, the emotional part of your brain, it's the oldest part of the brain. It's the amygdala, which is MIG for short. And what happens then is because the brain doesn't like a lot of stress, it shuts down. And what it does, it shuts down your prefrontal cortex, and then it drives you to eat high-fat food and sugar. And that high-fat food and sugar, your body can't stand it. And where does it go? Fat cells. They get produced in the stomach and in your thighs. These fat cells are like little cancer cells. They actually divide. Once you've got them, you can't really get rid of them, but the best you can hope to do is shrink them. So what MigFit does, I want to show you what happens, for example. This is what happens. This is my stressed out brain. So after a hard day at work, I used to run a lab at UCSF, I would go home and I'd pick Corona and pizza rather than vegetables and water. So there's 3 things you need to know about that. And these are the problems. Stress has come in, it's pre-wired your brain. This is both genetic and epigenetic. Then what it does is it's wired to the nucleus accumbens, which is your reward center, which drives high-fat food and sugar choices. My lab showed sugar is as addictive as alcohol and nicotine. Shuts down your prefrontal cortex. What sits there? Impulse control. That stops you taking the 3rd donut. Okay, and then that energy gets stored in your stomach. So we solve that problem with technology. Neuroscience technology. I raised $300,000, I put in some of my own money, and then I've got my co-founder as a games designer, technology developer. So he helped us design a very unique game that targets each of those areas. The game helps to calm the emotional part of your brain and then strengthen the prefrontal cortex at the same time. So when people come in, we instantly know their stress level. We redesign the game dynamically. It's a personalized experience, and then that game then is tailored. So we're very excited about this. So I dropped 4 dress sizes. I got my waist back after 20 years and 2 children. I'm super excited about that. That was not expected. And then we did a clinical trial because I'm a scientist. And so the people that got our technology, the MigFit technology, actually dropped their waist circumference after 3 weeks. This is very important. Waist circumference decides whether you get diabetes or not, or cancer, or live a shorter life. So this is very important on the health side. And then, so what we see ourselves is, because of this exciting result, we filed the MigFit trademark, and we have 2 patents pending because we're developing deep learning algorithms underneath this, so we have a very strong patent position. And I won the Women in Technology Award. I've given a TED Talk. I've written books for the general public on this topic, if you're interested. I've written 100 scientific articles in this space. We see ourselves as a B2B2C model. We think we could partner with things like Weight Watchers and other businesses and corporations because we are a missing piece. We provide brain training exercises for emotional eating. This is a missing piece. Weight Watchers has signaled a strong interest in going into the API economy, so we partner very well with them. We're trying to raise $500,000 so we can commercialize our technology. And we can also bring on business partners with expertise to help us secure what we already own and help us forge these very important business partnerships that we hope to do. So I ask you, tell me what you do when you're stressed out. What do you eat to calm yourself down?
Cookies.
And so the amazing thing about this, and what I didn't realize at the time, is that this is rewiring and shaping your brain all the time. So that's happening. So equally, you can rewire your brain to make your brain, use the magnificence of your brain machinery and the stress to drive healthier habits that drop your waistline. So MIGFIT really cares to help you stop struggling with your weight so you can live healthier, happier and calmer lives, because I think you all deserve it. And I'm sure you're thinking, oh, I really want to get that technology. And you're welcome to get that technology as soon as we raise the money to develop the commercialization of the technology. So thank you very much.